Hey, I've been meaning to talk about this for a long time and I've never had the courage to speak about it, but something has been pushing me to speak about this. Maybe God is talking to me to share my story and see if there is a woman out there who will relate to this and just tell you that you're not alone and we're here for each other. I'm here for you. And today's topic will be about PCOS, which is an abbreviation for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. And syndrome affects 1 in 10 women of reproductive age, and not only is it a reproductive disease, it's also a hormonal disorder. Symptoms of PCOS might vary for everyone. There is the irregular periods, the acne, the weight gain, the hair thinning, the fertility issues, the mood swings, the insulin resistance. For everybody, all the symptoms will be different. I'll share with you the symptoms that I face or like I go through on a daily basis, because not only is PCOS not curable, it's supposed to be managed for the rest of your life. So this disorder is with me for the rest of my life, and in as much as it's a sad fact, it is not something that you should be discouraged, and just know that you got this, because I got this, and we are in this together. Where do I even start? First of all, just to put a disclaimer, I am not a professional, so if you suspect that you have PCOS, please go seek professional help. Go to the doctors. I am not a doctor in any sort of way, and all the information that you have to get about your own diagnosis, it should be from a doctor and not just hearsay. I just want to put it out there. You might relate to some of my symptoms, and it might not be PCOS, but if you relate to my symptoms and you suspect you have PCOS, go get it checked out. I just want to put that out there so that I will not be misleading anybody out there. When did I ever suspect that I have PCOS? I think I've always known, especially when I became a teenager. Teenagers, everybody gets their periods, everybody's talking about it. So when I was a teenager, I did not get my period when everybody else was getting their period. I think I got my period when I was 18, which is quite strange because everybody else had gotten their period other than me, and it was just weird. That was the telltale sign. As a kid, you're like, everybody's getting their periods. Why am I not getting their periods? And then the other telltale sign that made me suspicious, I did not know that it was PCOS, but something was wrong with me. That is something. I also had bad acne. My face was horrible. My face was horrible. My face was filled with acne. But I was everybody's oh, as a teenager, it's normal to have acne. But I was having acne that was so bad. It was so painful. And I was everybody else is not going through the same, or they have pimples here and there, but then it clears off. Why am I having acne or pimples throughout? It's constant, it's painful. And then the other telltale sign that I saw that something was wrong with me was facial hair. Yes, I might be saying this on a light note, but it is an issue for me. I was a teenager and I had facial hair. You can only imagine how other people treated me. A girl with facial hair. There's so many times I have been called a man, and I was why are people so into my business? Not into my business, but why are people making fun of me, making fun of my facial hair? Why am I having facial hair? I am a girl, but I'm having facial hair. I used to be why, God, why? First of all, I'm a teenager. I'm going through the most horrendous acne period. I have facial hair. My self-esteem is already on the brink of breaking. The thing is, I have gone to the doctors, but to the dermatologist, because when I was young, I would, like when I was a teenager, I would like ask my parents, please take me to the dermatologist, help me to like get rid of this acne, because it was really a big issue that was affecting my self-confidence and my self-esteem. My parents did take me to the doctors, to the dermatologist, to get my skin checked out, and I was just being given topical medications, and every time I was just being prescribed topical medications. The acne is going and then it's coming back. It's like this cycle was never ending cycle. At one moment, I was just like, enough is enough with the topical medication. It's okay. I have the acne. It's not going anywhere. It's still reoccurring. To be honest, I gave up. I truly gave up. When I moved abroad, I was in Ukraine. So when I moved abroad, I felt not felt sick, but there was a period of my life where I started having pain, not in my lower abdomen, but I would feel pain in my ovaries. That is strange to like, how does pain in your ovaries feel like exactly? I was having the pain was too much. It was affecting my ability to walk. It was when they say symptoms persist, seek medical advice. The pain was excruciating that I had to take myself to the doctor. When I went to the doctor, I vividly remember this because I don't know. I took myself to the doctor. It was not like my friend came with me, but I told her like, something is happening to me and I'm having pain. It's not the lower abdominal pain. I went to the doctor. I think it was the school doctor. And then I told the doctor, I'm having pain in my ovaries. Could you like please help me check it out and whatnot? Sorry to say this, but it was a male doctor, and when I told him all the symptoms that I am going through, he was like, oh, you're a woman, it's normal to have this pain. I was dismissed even before I was had, and it was heartbreaking because I am in pain. I am in dire pain. I am telling you the pain that I'm experiencing, where I'm experiencing it, and you're telling me it's normal just because I am a woman. Anyway, it was a bit discouraging, but I was in pain. I had to seek a second opinion. The first doctor did give me pain medications, but the pain was still not going away. The pain was still there. In as much as it was not as bad, the pain was still there. I went to a different doctor, not the school doctor. I went to like the different doctor in another city because there was one moment that it was too painful. I was just on my way on a casual walk, but then the pain that hit me at that moment, I just immediately got into a taxi and I went straight to the doctor. When I went there to the doctor, at first when I consulted the doctor was like, okay, maybe it's your kidneys, let's check your kidneys. They did a test. I don't know, right now the names are not at the top of my head, but they did check my kidneys, but my kidneys were okay. And then I told the doctor, maybe we should do blood tests. I'm a medical student, I can ask for this test. I think at that moment the pain was too much that I was advocating. I was like, this is a private doctor, I have to get my money's worth. Tell me, let's do this because I don't want to feel this pain anymore. I told her like, please, let's do a blood test. She agreed, and I was like, just do all the other tests that are necessary. Check my ovaries because my ovaries are in pain. Please check them for me. We did all that tests. We did all those tests. We did the blood test. We did the ovaries check. Is it the endo something? I don't remember, but I will put it on the screen here. She did all that, and it was not cheap. It was not cheap. Like, it was not cheap. But to be honest, there are some things that I sacrificed at that time. I was like, I just have to pay to be able to know that what is wrong with me. What is wrong with me? I had not told her like point blank period like I might have PCOS. I was just like, do this test for me and just tell me what I might have, and then I'll figure it out after that. So after the test results were out, she was like, yeah, you have ovarian cysts. You have cysts in your ovaries, which are called as ovarian cysts. She told me the sizes. She told me how many they are. She told me that, like, she gave me a breakdown. So the thing is, I found my old diary of where I wrote all those, like the first time I was diagnosed, because I was diagnosed at 20, when I was 20 years old. So it has been 7 years. I wrote all the things that she had told me. Like, I wrote down everything. She told me like my hormones are disbalanced and whatnot. And then the most question that took me aback was when she asked me, do you want kids? I was 20 years old. And I just sat there while she asked me. I was just quiet because I was like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I am still young. I am a 20-year-old. Like, I didn't want kids at 20 years old, you know? Like, I didn't even think about kids at 20 years old. So she told me like, do you want kids? Do you know that this disorder is going to affect you and potentially like make it harder for you when you're trying to get pregnant? So she was like, you should be on, what's it called? You should be on a routine that will support your ovaries, will help you in case you want to have kids. She was even like, you should consider this. Oh my God. You should take care of this while you're young, because in 2 years, she actually told me in 2 years, you don't know if you'll be able to have kids or not. So I am in her office and I am like, okay, I'm in pain. I don't want to talk about kids. I'm already like, what I have been suspecting I have, because, you know, as I had previously Googled that, why would a woman have facial hair? And I'd gotten like a list of reasons why, you know, Google. So I had hysterism, I had acne. So I told her like, okay, she has done the test. Then she asked me like every other thing that is affecting me. I told her my acne, I told her my facial hair. And then what was the other thing? Yes, she told me that I am pre-diabetic, that if I don't get my food in order or my lifestyle in order, I will move from pre-diabetic to diabetic. So that was like really concerning. I was like, oh wow. And then for my acne, she gave me birth control. So she put me on birth control. She was like, this will help me with your acne. Like, this will help you with your acne. I was like, okay. I was on birth control for a month, but I also bled out for the whole month. Then I went back to her. I was like, I cannot be on birth control if I am bleeding this much. So she was like, okay, then it's your choice. Do you want to continue birth control or do you want to like stop the birth control? I was like, I would prefer to stop the birth control because it's not for me. It's not working for me. My acne is not going anywhere. And I'm also having this bleeding for a very long time. It's not my period. It's like I'm having a period for 1 month. And I was like, no. So I got off birth control. Then she told me I had to make lifestyle changes, dietary changes. So I had to get rid of gluten in my diet. I had to get rid of dairy. What else? Just a second. Just permit me to read like what was in my diary because it might not come easy. No, I think it's on my notes app. Like, as a kid, I was a child, a 20-year-old child being told all this. Okay, so I was to be on an organic diet, gluten-free diet, sugar-free, low carb, and reduce my processed food intake, and also to start working out and see how everything goes. So making a lifestyle change was not at all cheap. It was expensive. Eating healthy is expensive. Working out is expensive. Everything is expensive. That is why sometimes I'm like, this PCOS is also a cost in my life. It's an expense in my life because I have to take care of it. I have to manage it, and it's not coming cheap. Okay? That is all about my diagnosis. So, and I just want to read you something that I wrote, how I felt after being diagnosed, how it was, my dear diary moments, you know? Okay, this is me being vulnerable. Oh my God. Okay. Diagnosed with PCOS at the age of 20, a common syndrome, but one that takes a toll on you since it's not a disease, but a series of symptoms that is accompanied by a series of complications. Everyone is telling me that I'm going to be fine, but that is easier said than done. A silent poison that has been killing me quietly without my knowledge up until now. Now everything makes sense. I can see everything in a clear picture. One of those reasons I've been having depression and anxiety. So something to note is that not only does PCOS affect your reproductive, your hormonal, it also affects your mental health and emotional health. So at one point after the diagnosis, my PCOS diagnosis, I was also diagnosed with depression and anxiety. And at one point, I felt like my disorder was also like worsening the symptoms, but I'll talk about that later. But let me continue. The biggest factor that stripped me of my self-confidence, that one thing that makes you feel ugly and less confident. When you look in front of a mirror, you just see flaws and imperfections. You feel less of a woman because you're not like the rest of the beautiful women out there. All of my life, I have never felt 100% beautiful because everyone kept pointing my flaws out. She has facial hair like a man. She isn't beautiful because she has acne and acne scars. How did I feel? Terrible. I felt less sufficient. My greatest battle is fighting for what I believe in, believing that I was beautiful despite my imperfections, and the constant battle of what people said about how ugly my imperfections were. Why bother about what people are saying? Most of the time, we actually do bother about what people say because our outward appearance does matter. No one actually cares about the inner beauty. You can have a big heart, but people will first judge you from your outward appearance. As a woman, the concern of our outside beauty is natural. Imagine feeling less beautiful just because of this poison in your system and society, absurd expectations and beauty standards. Oh, wow. My biggest battle that I encounter daily is my depression and anxiety. That was back then. It's not my reality right now. Factors that affect your mind and your outward perception of life. Have you ever gone to bed upset, overwhelmed, or hopeless about something only to find yourself feeling slightly positive and proactive about it the next day? So in as much as that was the ending of my Dear Diary moment, it was also a bit of, it's okay. Like the lifestyle change that I was about to make was going to be either beneficial to myself and to my system or not. So something else that I also wrote, it was what next? Since PCOS is a visible and invincible disorder, it requires a lot of work to lessen the symptoms. I'll have to make a lifestyle change, which is going to be quite expensive, but I am determined to, because I really hate taking drugs. So I really hate taking drugs. The birth control just showed me that it's not for me. It's not for me. It's never going to be for me. And that's just not my thing. So right now my PCOS is also like worsening. I won't lie. The things I have read to you were the feelings that I was feeling back then, the symptoms that I was going through back then, and some I'm still going through right now. So at the moment, I feel like my PCOS is affecting my periods. Back then, I was not having as painful periods as I am right now. And it's a concern for me because I am growing old. I would like to have kids in the future. And if my ovaries are worsening over time, like my reproductive is worsening over time, it's a major concern for me. My acne scars, I would like one moment my face was doing better, the next moment it's not, because I had a fresh set of acne. Now I have a fresh set of acne scars plus the old acne scars that were healing. So my acne and my acne scars have been a major concern for me, a major self-esteem, prick to my self-esteem so much. And I'm just like, I have to do something about it. I have to take care of myself. When, like, truthfully, back then when I did the lifestyle change, it made a difference in my life, in my condition. And I did it for I think 2 years before I stopped, because I didn't have sugar, I didn't have any carbs, like nothing. Chocolate, ice cream, what is that? What was that? But then, like I've said, it's so expensive taking care of yourself. You have to take the supplements, you have to work out. It got so expensive and I gave up. I was like, this is my reality for the rest of my life. It is so expensive, and right now I cannot deal with it. I cannot deal with it. So I stopped taking care of myself. I won't lie. I stopped. And in as much as I've had like a few years that have been good, my acne has been good for like a few years, my body has been good for a few years. After that was like, I think I got too comfortable, to be honest. I got too comfortable. I was like, hey, I did this, it worked, I'm feeling better, and I can do this. So it did work for like a period of time, but right now my PCOS, I feel like it's getting worse. I have to go get it checked out. Been having pain again in my ovaries. My period has been getting a bit worse every period right now, so I have to get it I have to get it checked. And if you follow me on social media, you have seen that I have posted so much about me doing research about PCOS and how it affects the psychological aspect of it. I am a health psychology student, and I try to find out how PCOS affects the mental health of women and the psychological health of women. And I think that is why I am passionate about this, because the psychological aspects of it is truly not talked about. It's not talked about at all. Like it's talked about, but it's not taken that seriously. And there should be talks about this, because PCOS affects your self-esteem, PCOS affects your body image, PCOS affects your psychosocial relationships, like the social relationships, So there's like so much. There's the mood swings, there is the risk of getting depression and anxiety, and also like worsening these symptoms. So I am passionate about that, and I want women to be heard. I want to advocate for women who have PCOS. Not only the physical aspects to be what is like being looked into, but also the psychological aspects to it. Like it should be an all-round treatment, an all-round treatment, a personalized treatment, as we say in school right now, a personalized treatment. My PCOS is different from the next woman. I have lean PCOS. I am insulin resistant. PCOS affects women differently. Yes, PCOS affects women differently. So what I am going through might not be what another woman is going through, and that's why like everything should be looked into. And just to end it all, because I'm still going to like talk more about PCOS, the psychological aspect to it and whatnot, and also what I am doing to help with my PCOS, because I want to get into taking care of my PCOS on the nutrition point of view. I want to start taking supplements. I want to work out. I want to make a lifestyle change in order to like better my health and whatnot. So I just want to tell you that you're not alone, and do not feel ashamed of advocating for yourself when it comes to the diagnosis. Like, talk to your doctors, seek for a second opinion, a third opinion, a fourth opinion. Go get yourself checked, and we got this. You're not alone, and I am wishing you all the best in your life. And also to those who do not have PCOS, please give grace to women who have PCOS. I have seen so many nasty comments online of people making fun of women with facial hair, with acne, with weight gain, like women who are struggling with weight gain and losing that weight. And I'm just like, you guys don't know what this woman is going through. Give her grace. Be kind. It does not cost you anything to be kind. It does not. Don't leave the nasty comments. PCOS is already like affecting a woman's mental health, and you being nasty to a person is just going to affect them even more. So please be kind. Be kind to these women. Be supportive to these women, especially those who are in relationships with women who have been diagnosed with PCOS. Please support them, because you never know. You never know like what this woman is going through. This woman is going through so much. She needs all the support. In school right now, we are being encouraged that the psychosocial aspect of taking care of somebody's mental health is truly important. It's truly, truly important. And be kind to them, be kind to everyone. You don't have to be nasty about it. And if you don't understand it, I know the curiosity of you trying to find out what a person is going through is there, but the way you are curious about something should be termed better, you know. Just don't come off aggressive. Don't come off from a point of ignorance. Ask it from a point of love, you know. Ask it from a point of empathy, from a point of compassion. Ask the question, be curious about it from a point of compassion to a fellow human being, you know. Let's not lose our humanity as people. Like, let's not do that. So you might be curious, but please do it with love. Do it with love. And I am sending you love out there to everybody, especially my sisters, you know, who have this disorder. And do not be discouraged. Do not be discouraged, because there are studies being done and there are women who have success stories. Because if you're worried about not getting pregnant, there are women out there who have shared their journey and how they have managed to get pregnant. So there's still hope out there. This is not the end of it all. It is with us for a lifetime, but it does not mean that we cannot deal with this. We cannot manage this. And also it's important to also like share with the people that you love about your disorder so that you'll not feel alone. So I will see you in the next video, because I want to talk more about PCOS, especially the psychological aspect to it, just because of right now that I am currently studying psychology. I'm doing a study on the stress coping strategies and the quality of life of women who have been diagnosed with PCOS. So I will continue advocating for women like me, and I will continue advocating for kindness. You know, kindness is a big thing for me. So I will see you in another video, and if you have any comments and topics that you'd like us to discuss, especially the psychological aspects to it, because I have done research when it came to PCOS and body image satisfaction among us women who have PCOS. So I can share my studies with you, my insights with you and whatnot, but also share with me your stories, and just know that you are not alone. So until next time, bye bye.